Assalamu alaikum, I have a question. Can some type of anxiety be good? For example, when asking forgiveness for Allah, we don't exactly know if we were forgiven or not, like being in a kind of doubt. Okay. Now, there are some types of anxiety which are physical, right? It has nothing to do with the patterns we've learned. There are some types of anxiety, let's say your brain needs sugar, so it may do certain things so that, for example, you're sleeping, it may wake you up and you may wake up anxious. And that's all because of a physical thing that your brain needs sugar. That's a different thing, right? Let's put these physical reasons away. When it comes to these kind of things, for example, am I forgiven by God or not? No, definitely this is not a healthy type of anxiety. God himself says in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ جَمِيعًا. So why should you be worried if God has forgiven you or not? Right? Unfortunately, I was actually thinking about this a lot tonight. You know, we as part of, and when I say we, I don't mean everyone. Unfortunately, part of our religious teachings has blocked the very powerful healing force of religion for us. It's very interesting when you think about it. See, even in studies, they have shown this, right? Scientific studies, that a belief in God can only lead to peace if you have a loving understanding of God. And of course, even on an anecdotal level, I can see this. I know so many people, even when I was teaching in the Jose, my Jose students, whose belief in God was only leading to anxiety for them. Why? Because when they were growing up, they put all these nonsense in their mind that God is there ready to punish you. You make one mistake, God is there to kickbox the hell out of you. Right? If you make one mistake, God's going to take you to hell. If one strand of your hair is out, if your hijab, there's one hair out, you're going to be this, that happens to you. All sorts of things, wrong understanding of God. This, in my opinion, actually stops the healing, beautiful healing force of God and religion. And when you look at the Quran, you see the total opposite. Where can a person show that the God says, I won't forgive you? إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ جَمِيعًا. God will forgive everything. Everything. جَمِيعًا. Right? Or even when you look at our ad'iyah, you see the same thing. You see, for example, Imam says, it's very beautiful. I posted this on our Instagram, that if I have lived a good life, well, I will come and get your reward. So I have no worry. If I've made mistake, then I will be treated with your ghufran, with your forgiveness and your mercy. So again, I have no worry. The Imam is basically saying there is no way you can escape God's love. Right? If you're a good person, God loves you. If you're a bad person, God forgives you. God has mercy for you. It's impossible for you to escape God's love. And it is this true understanding of God, which is in Quran, which is in our ad'iyah, that has healing power. If we distort our understanding of God, which unfortunately a lot of people do that, and they even teach this to little tiny children, that if you make a mistake, God won't love you. This nonsense, then religion not only won't heal, but it will also be a source of anxiety, as it is right now for many of us. So never feel that way towards God. And I'm sorry I spoke too much about this, and I know that your question actually comes from a source of commitment to God and religion, but it just breaks my heart that this is the way some people taught us about God. It's the most injustice we can do to our God, to religion, to talk about him like that. When he was talking about himself and he wanted to introduce himself, what did he say? What is that one introduction for God, which is in the beginning of every surah? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the loving, the source of love. the compassionate, the merciful. Right? And if we step even 1 inch away from this understanding, religion is no longer healing. I'm telling you, it's no longer healing.